As you can see here, Apple's co-founder Steve Wozniak basically claiming Bitcoin is better than gold. If I really think about it, guys, like I don't want to hold gold. I don't want to hold cash. Bitcoin's the safe bet for sure. Visa is increasing their partnerships in the last 4 months by 43%. You see Jack Dorsey committing to creating a Bitcoin hardware wallet, which brings it back to my thesis of explaining, guys, look, there's regulation, there's things happening. It's going to be short-term volatility. It might even go to Bitcoin going to like 25K, 30K, but it's irrelevant because we see the growth happening before our eyes. So let's go over some price points, what I'm looking to accumulate some altcoins and some Bitcoin at. It's very simple. Bitcoin's price is pretty much dictates everything. So I'm going to look at this primarily. I did see a couple people saying, altcoins are doing really well or something just because some of them have been popping off. Now, I just want to be very clear with everybody. These are isolated scenarios. In my personal opinion, I like to put myself in a trend. I don't see altcoin season being a trend right now for simple fact. If we look at some of the charts, Bitcoin's dominance is increasing. Bitcoin typically does well and downturns of markets and uncertainty, Bitcoin does well. If you look at the top 100 altcoins versus BTC, we're on a downtrend, guys. I can't say altcoins are going to do really well. I mean, I'm not going to clickbait people. I'm just going to tell you guys the truth. This is the way it works. If we look at the total too, for example, you could see it's on a downtrend as well. Even the total market cap is on a downtrend, but look at the total twos on a downtrend. I don't see it. If you look at ETH versus BTC, ETH is on a downtrend in percentage gains versus BTC, and there's a lot of developments happening. So I wouldn't say that it's altcoin season just yet, but it's okay because accumulating Bitcoin, it has massive growth too. There's a lot of potential in Bitcoin's price. But if we look at Bitcoin's price, for example, what I'll typically do is I'll buy like Ethereum, Bitcoin with my investment, trades or whatever the case is. But I'm looking at Bitcoin's actual price. So around this range here, around the 30K range, which is realistic in my personal opinion. We've been trading on this channel. We could come to the bottom of the channel. I'll start accumulating maybe my favorite altcoins, very conservative. Guys, like I'm telling you right now, it's going to be less than like 3 or 4 altcoins. I'm not going to get into any of the low market caps in any way, shape, or form. At least right now, you want to have a defensive investment strategy. It doesn't mean you can't make money. You're going to make more than average, but you're just not going to be able to get, some of the 50, 100Xs. It doesn't happen like that. The way it happens, like I told you in the intro, is you have to get in during the bear market when it's longer term time frames that give you that 50 to 100X. If you just pay attention, guys. But as you can see here, 30K Bitcoin is the next price level for me. I'll accumulate some Bitcoin. Anything below 30K is great. I think the statistical likelihood of us going past its last all-time high in 2017 is highly unlikely, which for Bitcoin specifically is about 20K, as you can see right here. 20K for Bitcoin's price. I don't think it's going to go below there. So I think the risk to reward ratio for at least long-term investors, I'm looking at buying Bitcoin, Ethereum around 30K Bitcoin. When Bitcoin gets about 25K, I'll look to accumulate some more, maybe look at some altcoins, depending on what altcoins are doing. If we get to 20K Bitcoin, I'll bet the house. I'll bet a lot of money. Right now, currently, I'm about 25% Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest is cash. And I'll start accumulating, like I said, when we get down to these price ranges. Now, are we going to get there? Who knows? I think it's irrelevant. It just depends on how aggressive I want to go and what's the risk to reward ratio. That's pretty much it for me specifically. And I think anything below 30K Bitcoin is a very good risk to reward ratio, considering I do believe Bitcoin is going to hit 100K. And I do think a lot of people believe the same thing. So overall, just to give you guys a brief overview of what we just talked about, number one, market sentiment in the short term looks very bearish. That's just the way it is. Everybody's kind of jumping on board. Retail adoption pretty much died out. People are burned. There's regulation happening, uncertainty. Institutions don't know if they want to get in during this very transitional time, right? They just don't know if regulation is going to be a positive or negative thing for Bitcoin's price. So I don't see adoption happening at a massive scale, at least right now. Maybe we have some sideways trading action. Maybe we go into a little mini bear market. Whatever the case is, I do think in the short term, it's negative. In the long term, the regulation can cause a lot of positive scenarios for massive adoption in Bitcoin's price. Remember, Bitcoin is already considered property. Okay. Now, when it comes to DeFi, that's a whole nother topic of discussion. You see Binance getting regulated. You see a lot of exchanges having issues. So for a decentralized exchange to prosper in this environment, considering they don't have KYC, it's going to be hard. There's going to be a lot of attacks. I will say that for sure. Now, for Bitcoin, though, if you understand what's going on, it's already property. Regulation is in favor of Bitcoin. And this is why I'm using this for a lot of my sentiment analysis in general. I'm going to be looking at Bitcoin's price a lot heavier right now because this is the time to do it. But yeah, short-term negative, long-term positive for a lot of regulation. You guys know my buy points. That's it for this video. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Catch you in the next one.